Hello, my name is Justin Bright and welcome to Subnautica, playing the Silent Running update which just dropped today. So we are going to be jumping into a brand new game of this in survival mode. So while this loads, I want to talk a little bit about this, and so I've played Subnautica back when it came out with the Infected release, which was in March, I believe, and I just fell in love with this game. I absolutely adore this game. It is one of the best survival games that I've ever played. It's beautiful. I love the exploration. I love that it's a single-player experience because they can kind of handcraft the game to kind of deal with that. But let's get into it as we press a button to continue. Oh dear, you're abandoning ship. Sliding into our fateful escape pod. In a brief minute of solace before... Oh! Oh, goodness. Still don't like things flying at my face quite like that. But we appear to be alive. We appear to have survived a catastrophic crash. And the music begins pumping. Let's put out this fire. Ooh. So, they added a new sound for coughing and smoke, and it's pretty visceral, we're gonna say.
Great job not dying. To assist
Hey!
you in further survival in emergency situations, you have been issued this personal data assistant.
Oh, well, thank you.
The interface visible now will organize your inventory, display currently
Organized, very
available
nice.
construction blueprints, and holds other valuable information. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with it.
Oh, the UI is new and shiny as well. They have new meters for your oxygen and food and health and so forth. That's very nice. Can I just say that I want a HUD that organizes my inventory? I feel like that would be amazing.
Situational assessment. Time T plus 3
All
hours
right,
since
so-
planet fall. Life pod hull secure. Communications offline.
Let's get a
Attention.
look at what's going on out here.
Radiation levels. Trend is consistent with ongoing degradation of the Aurora's dark matter drive core due to damage sustained during collision.
Oh dear.
Continuing to monitor.
Catastrophic
Aurora suffered
hull
catastrophic
failure.
hull failure. Cause unknown. Zero human life signs detected.
Oh, noes.
100-meter range.
No human life is remaining. Terrible. Terrible thing. Alright, floaters. Alright, so like I said, now that we've got the introduction to the game a little bit over with, I've played a little bit of this before, so we're going to kind of speed right through some of the initial stuff.
Uncharted ocean planet. Oxygen nitrogen atmosphere. Water contamination. High.
Water contamination, you say? That's no good. Yeah, so I've done a little bit of this before, so we are going to be kind of breezing right along through things and trying to get to the good stuff pretty quick. I played through this, but I never got, like, super duper far. Oh, no. Oops. Oh, I have made a terrible mistake. Okay, well, let's grab the powder. Ow! Ouch. That was not the best. Yeah, so I've done a little bit of this before, but I never really got to like some of the really cool endgame stuff that is available.
Unexpected characteristics and applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
Ooh, looks like we found a little something here, but I don't have a scanner yet. So first things first.
Life pods are equipped with a fabricator programmed to construct tools and render organic substances edible.
Okay, your tutorial is lovely, but I'm trying to talk. I have things to say to people. Oh dear, that's not good. Yeah, so I've played a bit before. I never really got all the way to kind of like the end game, I suppose. I never really found a whole lot of alien technology or anything like that. Oop, spoilers. But I did a lot of base construction and exploring a lot of areas, and I got some vehicles built and all that stuff. So I think we're just gonna start there. I would like to do a bit of exploration and try out the new stuff with the new vehicles and so forth. The Cyclops got a major update with this particular patch, but the first things first is you're dropped off into this alien ocean that you have crash landed into, and you have no other recourse but to try to survive by any means necessary, and you can accomplish this by kind of scouting around and finding that this place is absolutely chock full of resources that you can use to not just survive, but thrive.
May cause a quantum detonation. Calculating risk assessment. Death by malnourishment, 7%. By physical injury, 11%. By exposure to radioactive crash site materials, 19%. If the drive core is breached, probability of death increases to 65%.
65%? That doesn't sound good at all. A little extra salt here. A little bit of this. Yeah, so you're dropped into this area. The ocean around you is absolutely rich and chock full of resources, and I bet you there's some fun stuff down in here, but I don't think I have the oxygen to do that quite yet. So
Oxygen.
It's a matter of grabbing up the resources that you can and taking it back and then crafting it into newer, better, shinier things. Alright, so now we are returning back to our life pod, and I haven't really been keeping track of everything that I need quite yet, but we should be able to check out some of the crafting here. So we can make water out of those bladderfish that I was picking up, and we can cook the peepers, which is those big eyeball duders, and the
organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
Yes, thank you. That is what I was trying to say. So there's food that you can get out of the different fish that you catch, and then you can just eat them like so. Very nice. Now we're feeling a little bit more full, anyways. But the first thing that you really want to do is start crafting tools. And what am I missing? Well, I need a battery. And titanium. Titanium you can get by breaking open nodes, or you can craft it by picking up those big pieces of scrap that you saw me grabbing outside of the ship, or outside of my little life pod here. So let's turn all of those bits into pure titanium. Very nice. And I'm going to need a piece of glass. And we're going to need a piece of magnesium for some of the things we are making up front. So let's take a look. Well, O2 tank, that's glass and titanium. And that's going to help us to get down a little bit further, give us a little bit extra range. I also got the magnesium and that crash fish powder so that I could make a repair tool, which I can use to fix up our life pod here, which will increase our survivability just a bit. It looks... Oh, don't touch it. Goodness gracious. Alright, so let's repair this and then watch this thing creepily rise up. And there we go. Yeah.
Local radiation readings exhibit characteristics consistent with total degradation of the Aurora's dark matter drive core. A quantum detonation will occur with a probability of 85.5%.
85% chance. Oh, noes.
Serving a 1 kilometer safety range.
Oh, look at this. Hull integrity, okay. Secondary systems online. Flotation devices deployed. That's nice. Environment, uncharted ocean planet. Oh, thank you. Oxygen, nitrogen atmosphere. That's handy. Waterborne bacteria levels are very high. That's not so good, but we're attempting to scan for security frequencies. But let's check what this communications relay has to say.
This is an automated bounce back from the Aurora mining vessel. Your distress signal has been received. An emergency relief team will be dispatched to your location. Estimated arrival time, 9 hours.
Oh dear. 9999 is not soon, so that's not great. Okay, so the sun is setting, which is unfortunate, but we have a pretty good start here. We have, I built us a waterproof locker, which is a 4x4 storage container that we can drop down in the water. We have our repair tool. A couple things that we want to get made pretty quick here. I need a battery, and we make a battery with copper ore, so just some raw copper, and I should be able to make a battery, and then we can start scanning stuff, which will be good. That will allow us to move on in our adventure. So we also need another battery and some more glass and some stuff for silicone rubber. Silicone rubber is made with, I do believe, creepvine seed clusters. Gosh, what could those be? Alright, so it's getting dark, but I think we can still... Oh dear, it's very spooky out here. But let's see what we can do as far as... Ooh, that did not work the way that I hoped that it would. Let's see what we can do as far as...
Seismic readings suggest a quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The central dark matter reactor will reach a supercritical...
Well, what else should we watch during this night but the explosion of the Aurora?
9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3... Uh-oh. Oh dear. Kaboom! Well, I guess that means we're not getting off the planet that way. And here comes the radiation. Let's hide back inside here. I don't know if this actually helps or if the radiation actually does anything, but let's go ahead and open up our medical fabricator kit, which gives us free first aid every so often, and go ahead and apply that because our health was about halfway down. Alright, so we have some salt, we have quartz, we have titanium, we have 4 acid mushrooms. What we need now is copper. And yep, we have the mushrooms that we need. But we need that battery, we have glass, and we need rubber. So let's go and find some copper. And oh man, it's a lot harder to figure out where I am and where I'm going, but let's open up this... Oops, I did not mean to take the storage, I wanted to open the storage. And drop in some titanium so I have some extra room. And this fire extinguisher can go in there as well. Alright, so let's see if this is the way that I am meant to go, because I know the kelp forest was around here somewhere, but now I can't see a darn thing. Oh, look at that. That's really pretty. You can see them glowing in the darkness. Oop, bloop, bloop. Uh-oh. That sounds dangerous. Oh no, sand shark. They're... Oh, and I'm radiated. Oh no, hold on. Hold on, am I going the wrong way? No, I don't mean to be going towards the Aurora. Back towards my... back towards the pod. Shoot. Okay, so that is not the kelp forest that I can go to. That is not safe one bit. So let's see what else we can find. Alright, we got a little bit of copper out of this node. Oh, okay, talking to me.
Your probability of survival has just increased by 11%.
Ooh, 11 whole percent, thank you. So what we might do, actually... where's my pod? Whoa, sorry, oh god. These horrifying manatee things release giant pods of poisonous awfulness in a huge radius around them. Which makes them very dangerous if you get close and are caught unaware, and meanwhile they just laugh creepily in the night. Alright, so what I did is I got enough resources, I think, to make 1 battery, because I only got the 1 piece of copper, unfortunately. Oh wait, no, I did get 2, haha! Okay, 2 copper, beautiful, which gets me 2 batteries. Which gets me Nothing, because I put all my titanium in a box outside. Pick up. Open. Okay, let's grab all my stuff. I just wanted to make sure the thing worked. In the previous patch, that container, those floating storage containers didn't work at all, which is pretty unfortunate. But all right, we have a scanner, which is going to help us to interact with the rest of the game. And
spectroscope scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvaged technology and to record alien biological data.
Yeah, that. And we also want a flashlight. So, the way the game works is you have, in your little fabricator here, you have a couple of recipes to start with. Some of the things have ingredients unknown to let you know that they exist, and they are things that you should be looking for and gunning for. However, a lot of the things don't even show up in here or not options at all at this point. They require you to build your own fabricators, have your own base, have additional research that you get by scanning things. And let's start by scanning myself. Oh no.
Vital signs normal. Detecting trace amounts of foreign bacteria. Continuing to monitor.
Well, that's not good. And you can use this to scan pretty much everything in the world. Every item, every plant, all has the capability of being scanned, and you get a little log entry in your little codex here, which tells you about all the different things like this. Oops, what am I doing? Writhing weed. Well adapted to both shallow waters and cave systems, this plant lives in symbiosis with a coral species which forms around the base of the stems. Oh, look at that. So there's little coral bits around the stems. So I'm not going to read every little bit to you, but I kind of want to give a little bit of an overview of this as I get into it. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for the kelpy bits. The kelp forest, there we go. And am I going towards the Aurora? Okay, so that way is death, so let's not go that way. We need to not be going towards the radiation at first. Yeah, so this is kind of an experimental thing. Normally I play just Kerbal Space Program and record that, but I adore this game as well, so I wanted to put this out there and see what you guys think. See if this is something that you would be interested in seeing me play more of. Alright. Sea Glide fragment. So now we have half of the recipe for the Sea Glide. Scan our acid mushrooms. Get a little oxygen here. Alright, you swim a little faster when you don't have anything anything up there, or anything in your hand. So, alright, am I still swimming towards it? Okay, here we go. This is another bit of kelp forest in the other direction, it looks like, and there's some horrifying sharky-doo over there, but I think we should be able to get safely away from them. Many of the organisms, the alien life in this ocean is hostile to you, but not, like, hostile in the same way that things are to you in, say, Diablo. Like, things will attack you, but only within a certain amount of reason. Yes, further study of multiple biomes is recommended. Indeed. Ouch, I am being nibbled. No! Stop nibbling me! Ugh. So yeah, things are hostile and terrifying, but not so much that you are... How to put this? It's not like they are trying to attack you and you have to kill a whole bunch of monsters, and that's kind of the point of the game. This is not a combat-based game, is what I'm getting at. This is a game that's about exploration and avoiding monsters and avoiding combat as much as you can. And you can be fighting things, but it's not the focus, right? This is mostly about exploring and avoiding and experiencing the wonder of this alien planet and discovering its mysteries. Looks like I have a little message you can see up there in the top right corner that messages come through on my repaired thinger. But I am getting distracted, as I often do. I was heading to the kelp forest when I got distracted by being attacked by a whole variety of monsters, and then pontificated about the reason why I enjoy this game. Alright, so what we are looking for are creepvine clusters. So it's these little glowy seed pods on the side here that we can use to make silicone rubber. And I need a bunch. How much do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I should be able to get 1, 2 more. Perfect. Alright, let's go back. Alright, what messages do we have? This is LifePod 3 uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the next rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously, 3 out. So that's very nice. That gives us the location, which... It gives us the location... Uh-oh. Does that not give me the location if I don't have room for it? There we go. Okay. Whew, I was worried about that. Okay, so it gives us this little signal item, which gives us... LifePod 3, crew reported their sea glide damaged. And that's an interesting thing, because if we take a look at our personal deployable sea glide... Ooh, I don't know what this is, but I do believe it is some kind of vehicle. Of course, I actually know, but trying to be a little suspenseful. So let's see, we need to... What am I doing? We need to make silicone rubber in fairly large quantities, because I need it for a couple things here in the beginning. Alright, we got that. We need some glass. Beautiful. What else? Okay, let's see what we can make now. Now... we can make some equipment. I can make some fins with all that silicone rubber that I just made. Boom! So fins allow me to swim faster, which is just wonderful. And there was something else I wanted silicone rubber for. Aha! The survival knife, which is going to allow us to get other materials.
From standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. As an essential survival tool for 2.5 million years, the knife remains the only exception. Sorry about that.
Ha! Yeah, so no knives, normally. But that's fine. There's not a whole lot of... Didn't I have a fish? I thought I had a fish. I would like to eat a fish. Oh, it's decomposing. That's disgusting. Okay, I'll have to figure out a way to get rid of that. Because that's pretty gross. Well, we'll figure out something to do with that. So let's take a look really quick at the different things that we can make. So we have a scanner, we have the repair tool, we have the flashlight, and the survival knife. Very nice. So that is the majority of the tools that we need. There's also the habitat builder, which is going to let us start building a base, but I don't think we need that quite yet. There's some additional things that we can build, and I believe that our little life pod here will last us for just a little bit longer before we start building our first little base. I have one O2 tank. I might make this extra one so that I have the additional room. And let's actually just do that. Because even just having them in your inventory, as you can see, gives you the additional oxygen space. And having one tank here and one tank equipped is a pretty decent amount for the beginning, I find. So let's see, other equipment. The next thing that I think we should go for is the radiation suit, which is going to require fiber mesh, which is what we need our survival knife for. We also need some lead, which we will need to pop some more limestone nodes for. And that is going to allow us to go explore the Aurora. And there's a lot of cool things in the Aurora for us to go find. I mean, you would imagine, right? There's lots of technology there. There should hopefully be a lot of supplies, since this was a fully equipped colony ship. You find that out a little bit later, spoilers or whatever, but the Aurora was a colony ship that was being sent off. So this vessel has all the supplies you might need for survival on an alien world, which is why we have all these wonderful all these fabricators that are able to transmute materials into components that we can use for all of our survival needs. Alright, so let's keep picking up quartz. I find that one thing that I never can get enough of is quartz. Did I already get that? I did. But we are heading now out to the location of the damaged Sea Glide, so we are going to go see if that has what we need as far as Sea Glide technology. Pop. Lead, huzzah! So that's the other piece of lead that we need, so that gives us 2 pieces of lead, which we'll be able to use to make our radiation suit. But first, let's get out to this, get out to the Sea Glide, and I may want to make a point to catch some fish on the way, just because. Here, and I'm gonna maybe can I feed? Oops! Oh, gross! I ate it. Oh no! Oh god! No! All right, got some creepvine samples. Oh, he's carrying that piece of debris. Alright, so that was horrifying that I ate that. That was not the button that I meant to press. So we're going to need to catch some fish for survival. Actually, there's some good stuff in the pod yet that I can use, so I'm still in pretty decent shape. But this game does not leave you with a tremendous amount of free resources. It leaves you kind of on your own to catch, I mean, the amazing bounty, to be sure, of fish in the ocean around you, and does not allow you to just keep using these same resources. Like, it doesn't give you free stuff until you get to the Aurora, where, you know, ironically, you get a ton of free stuff. Alright, so let's fill up our oxygen tank and then take a peek down here to see what we can find. Looks like we've got some salt deposits around here. Aha! The damaged Sea Glide. Ta-da! Blueprint acquired the Sea Glide, which means we can now craft it. Alright, so we have an abandoned PDA. We'll get to that in a second. And, ooh, a data high-capacity tank. That gives us another blueprint. So this gives us some cool stuff that we can do that we were not able to do before. Alright, but I am about to die of dehydration, so let's get back to base with some additional creepvine samples so that maybe, I think that should be enough. Let me just double check. Blueprint, still suit, fine, fine. Radiation suit, 2 fiber mesh, which should be 4... Hold on, fiber mesh. Fiber mesh, 2 creepvine samples. So that's 4 creepvine samples total, so we are all set. No! Oh god. I'm getting nibbled by sea monsters. Capricious ones too, they just kind of bite me and then leave. Alright, the sun appears to be setting and I need more fish to eat. Actually, I'm gonna just eat, I think we're just gonna hurry back home and partake of the of the stockpile that exists inside our little life pod. Sun is setting, it is becoming dark, and the giant death manatees are out in force, it seems.
Warning,
ouch.
level critical. Metabolic processes disrupted.
Alright, so we have made it home, so let's crack open this little storage container here as I die. Hold on, drink the filtered water. Okay, we're alright. Grab this medical kit.
Caution, mild dehydration detected.
Yes, yes, mild dehydration.
Recommended.
Let's cook this peeper and eat that first before we dig into anything else.
Vital signs.
Ah, now we're stabilizing. And some more filtered water, which is, honestly, that's just not much. I've found that water is a lot more hard to maintain than food is, because this nutrient block will give me 75, but those filtered waters only gave me 20. So we're going to have to go get more bladderfish here in a moment. But we have some other things to finish up first, and that is we have some titanium to craft. and some fiber mesh. Alright, so we have that all ready to go, and we have some space in my inventory. So let's go ahead and make radiation suit. Ooh, it takes a little minute. Ta-da! Alright, so now that we're back at the life pod, let's take a look at this crew log. PDA, situational analysis complete. Communications relay offline. Altera Crew 1. Damn it! How are we going to find the others without a rendezvous signal? Crew 2. We have a compass bearing on where the other pods went down. You just want to swim for it? If there's any rescue coming, it might years away. I see a sea glide outside the hatch. If we can fix it up, we can get to the others and salvage the materials we need to build a permanent habitat. We're a few rooms away from relative luxury. I'm going to go there and see what I can find. Unfortunately, they found an explosion that ripped them apart. But now that we have a radiation suit built, which is a helmet and lead-lined suit and gloves that should protect me from the worst of the radiation and allow me to swim close and, in the next episode, explore the Aurora. If you enjoyed this episode, please do let me know down in the comments. Give me a like and subscribe as well, and I would be happy to do more of this. I really need your guys' feedback to see if you enjoyed this one, so please do let me know, and I will see you next time.